Today I'm going to be jumping back into Pink Floyd, and I'm going to be reacting to Meddle. This came out in 1971. I have heard 3 other Pink Floyd albums. I've heard Dark Side of the Moon, Wish You Were Here, and Animals. Animals was easily my favorite out of those 3. I'm going to be honest, when I first reacted to Pink Floyd, I don't know if I was ready for it, because I didn't love it that much. But I think a couple years later now, going back to it, I feel like I'll have more of an appreciation for it. Yeah, we're gonna hop into this. Not much else to say. Go join the Patreon. If you wanna see this reaction uncut, there's a link in the description down below. And we're gonna hop into the first track, which is One of These Days. Oh my god. Okay. Well, I like how the bass tone is subtly changing there. These reverse, like, cymbals are sick. Wow. Oh, dude. It's like distorted bass sound here. I love how we still have those like reversed crashes, but they're just happening more often now. Nice melody there. Oh. Okay. Ending with the wind like we started with the wind. Nice. Transition seamlessly too. I'm gonna totally kill the transition. That was great. Liked it quite a bit. It feels a little bit more raw, I guess. You can tell that this is the band in the early stages. No vocals on that one. Well, actually there was one little line from a guy named Nick Mason where he says, "One of these days I'm gonna cut you into little pieces." I really thought the vocal mixing on that was interesting. It sounded similar to like the vocal mixing at the start of Iron Man by Black Sabbath, which I recently reacted to that entire album. Maybe a similar technique being used here. A lot of like not tape delays, but like, actually maybe it is called tape delay. I don't know. But a lot of like chopping up of the guitars, you know, like whatever pedals they're using or amps they're using, like it's kind of chopping it up and looping it and repeating it. A lot of that going on. Really cool start with the 2 bass tones that kind of one pan to the right, one pan to the left, and then they kind of pair up. I remember from my previous Pink Floyd reactions, my favorite tracks were the ones that were all instrumental. So it makes sense that I would like a track like that. But we'll keep going. Next track is A Pillow of Winds. Oh, beautiful subtle organ in there. And the candle dies. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, we're getting kind of dreamy here. So calming. The early morning sounds and I go down. Oh, this track is so serene. It's really, I feel like that organ holding everything together. You know, it's been so long since I reacted to Pink Floyd. I'm honestly struggling to remember why I didn't really connect with, like, I liked Dark Side of the Moon. The one that I just didn't really connect to is Wish You Were Here, which I guess would be considered a crazy take because people love that album. And I probably should go back to it at some point. It's probably great. I just maybe wasn't in the right frame of mind for that. Yeah, I'm struggling to remember. Like, I do know a lot of it was the vocals I just couldn't really connect to, but I thought the vocals here sounded great. So now that's even that point, and that criticism is making me confused. I'm confusing myself. Past me is confusing current me. That was very calming. It was very serene and gentle. Love the organ in there. I think that's really the central point to the track, or the central instrument tying everything together. Obviously, you have all the guitars kind of doing their own things around it, but just that subtle, quiet little organ really builds like a nice bed of just feeling kind of reflective in a way. So yeah, that was good. Let's keep going. Fearless is next. Oh, Jesus, fuck. Great groove, man.
You say the hill's too steep to climb.
Damn, his vocals are so intimate.
You pick the place and I'll choose the time. I'll climb that hill in my
Halftime.
own right day.
I feel like I've heard this for some reason.
Hear the sound of the things.
This mix is just perfect. Man, it sounds so good. This part kind of reminds me of like some Fleetwood Mac stuff, just with how like perfectly produced it is. Some of these guitar tones too are reminding me of that. Oh.
Fearlessly the idiot faced the crowd.
Dude, I just love these doubled vocals. I don't remember the vocals being this like closely mic'd and intimate.
And as you rise above the fear lines in his brow.
This album is like perfect for my mood today. I don't know. I was feeling kind of tired coming into this. Hold on, I'll finish that thought later. The boys are going off. Woo! It's like atmospheric vocals in the back. Ooh. Liverpool. Liverpool. That was great. That was easily my favorite track so far, and really one of my favorite Pink Floyd tracks I've heard in a while. Love the intensity to the drums and just the groove in general. I love the release that it has on that one like big crash and snare hit. Yeah, that was fantastic. I was gonna say this album is really matching my mood in a perfect way right now. I was really tired and just feeling kind of coming into this, so like I wasn't really hoping for anything like super over the top or explosive or like high energy, you know. I was hoping for something a little bit more serene and gentle, and we kind of have got that so far through this album. So one thing I'm realizing now is that like I'm gonna have to go back and actually really revisit these albums, because Dark Side of the Moon, I think I rated it pretty high after my first listen, but the more I think about that album, and I've returned to it a little bit here and there, the more like the kind of really experimental moments just don't really work for me, and they feel kind of dated. Like sure, were they, you know, boundary pushing for their time? Yeah, but I'm just thinking of like the track Money. I don't know. It feels like it doesn't really hold up as well. Those experimental elements almost feel more gimmicky to me now. But I do love stuff like this from them, where it's just more just resting on the shoulders of like good songwriting, and it's not doing anything too gimmicky. I don't know. That's just a weird tangent my brain went on, and I don't even really know if I fully agree with what I just said, but that's a thought that I want to continue down, because I think Money for sure, that track feels a little bit gimmicky, but I'd be interested to see if the rest of Dark Side of the Moon, how it holds up for me on a re-listen. So let's keep going. San Tropez is next. I'm sorry Dark Side of the Moon's catching strays, but that's how it goes on this channel. Damn, the piano?
Breaking a stick with a brick on the sand. Sleeping alone in the drone of the darkness. If you're alone, I'll come home. Backward and homebound.
That's cute. Those sliding guitars. Oh, speaking of sliding, holy.
Digging for gold in the hole in my hand. Open up a
Nice noodling on that guitar there. Do-do-do-do-do. Whoa, love how almost like simplistic the piano is there. Just very punchy single notes, you know? Whoa. Such an interesting fusion of styles. You got the jazzy piano and then the more like rock, kind of like heavy drums. This nice acoustic just being strummed with some kind of like almost dissonant chords. That was really interesting. Really interesting direction for them to take. Like obviously this album isn't as like psychedelic or proggy as maybe they get on something like, you know, Dark Side of the Moon or Wish You Were Here. But I'm really enjoying it. Like so far these shorter, just tight tracks of just really interesting, you know, ideas and solid performances, and you know, it's catchy at times. Now we do have a 20+ minute track coming up. The last track is 23 minutes. So maybe we'll get what I'm talking about, but yeah, I'm loving this so far. I think I am preferring this. Again, no, I'm not even going to say anything because I got to go back to the other ones. It's been so long since I've listened to them. So yeah, we'll just keep going though. I'm loving this. Next track is Seamus. Hopefully I said that right.
Seamus, that's the dog who's outside.
Well, he clarified for me. Seamus, that's the dog.
Where the sun sinks slowly.
Dude, someone let that dog inside, bruh. That's cool. It seems like Pink Floyd at this time, I don't know how many other artists were really incorporating, like, field recording isn't the right term. With the sound effects, that's not the right term either. I don't know. But, like, you're not having many other artists just throw, like, a dog howling sound in there, you know? And it's interesting how they just kind of let it do its thing. You know, they're not trying to, like, shape the howling itself to the track. They're not... Could you imagine if they were, like... making the dog, you know, pitching it so that it like fits the right key of the track. I like how they're not doing that, to be honest. It just serves as like a almost a more of a textural thing. But yeah, interesting track. Kind of. I don't know. Feels like kind of a nice little break before we go into this beast. We're going into a beast of a track titled Echoes. 20+ minutes. Let's go. Is this their first prog rock song? Oh, God. Let's see, anything on Adam Hart Mother? Oh yeah, they had a 20+ minute track on the album before this, so. Whoa. Oh my. So menacing. There might be a lot of just closing my eyes in this and not really saying much. Just gonna try and soak in it. Dude, their bass tones are so resonant and just, oh, sounds so good. Was Past Me just fully like tripping? I'm loving the vocals now. I don't find anything wrong with them now. Maybe it's a different vocalist? Ooh. I just love how delicate this vocal melody is. This track is just constantly shifting between these brighter moments and these kind of sinister moments. Dude. Oh. There's a lot of use of semitones in this, really like trying to build that tension, playing on that tension and release, you know? Oh my God, the switch up? I mean, I knew it was coming at some point, but I love how the drums are mic'd here. I feel like I'm in the drum kit. I feel like we're subtly speeding up here too. Love these little organ licks. I need to take a break, but I can't. We're not even halfway through yet. Okay, here's my break, I guess. Yeah, Past Me was tripping. Past Me was tripping like crazy. This is really good. you guys want to go dislike those early Pink Floyd reactions, feel free. I mean, I liked Animals, so maybe don't dislike that one, but... Oh my god, the atmosphere. Damn. Dude, could you imagine hearing this in 1970? I mean, I'm even, like, shocked hearing this now. I feel like I'm in, like, an endless void right now. It's crazy how much of a human quality they're getting with their guitars here. Like, it sounds like human screams. Oh, there's something muffled in the distance. This is the type of album you need to see an uncut reaction for. You know, I hate to plug it, but I gotta say it. Go join the Patreon. That is so just somber. And... oh, here comes the groove. I can hear it forming. It feels like the track is, like, finding itself as we go. This has some of, like, the similar harmonic qualities to a lot of post-rock that I love. Oh my god. That sliding bass. Oh, the drums panning across there. Woo! We're back here. I don't even know. Like, how do you even make this sound? What even is this? There you go. Yeah, old me, past me. I mean, I've said it a million times. Past me was tripping. He was stupid. That guy was so dumb, bro. That was great. That was fantastic. What a journey of the last track there. I love how that outro just kind of lets you reflect on what happened throughout the track too. Like after the really like fun, upbeat section ended and it went into the, you know, kind of calm outro there. Like maybe it could have ended, like it didn't need that necessarily in the song, but it did give me like a nice time to, you know, just kind of sit there and reflect a little bit, you know? I can't even really talk about the last track because so much happened. I can't even remember how it started, to be honest. But yeah, there you go. Meddle by Pink Floyd. I have no clue where this ranks in comparison to the rest of their albums because again, I simply just have to go back to those other ones. I feel like I'm a different person now. I have more elite taste. I have better taste in music now. It's just such an interesting track list too. The first 5 tracks being so short. I mean, there was a 6-minute track in there, but then you get this little, this huge epic 23-minute track to end it off. It does make it feel a little bit disjointed to me where it's like, maybe that's what they're going for though. Maybe the first 5 are like, if we're thinking in vinyl terms, maybe the first 5 are side 1, you know, and then the track 6 itself is side 2. I don't know, or disc 2, whatever. But yeah, it does feel a little bit disjointed because of that. So it might, I don't know. It's definitely not like perfect for me. But yeah, there you go. Those are my thoughts. Again, make sure to go join the Patreon if you want to see this reaction uncut, because trust me, it's a lot better uncut than with all the edits. So just gonna put it out there, okay? I'm just gonna say that. And make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.